Okay, my name's Bob, and I just got my second cochlear implant 6 months ago. The history of my hearing goes back to probably I was in my 40s, and when I turned about 50 years old, I got hearing aids and needed them. I'm a teacher, or was a full-time teacher. I'm now a part-time teacher. But I needed those back then to do my job, and so my hearing continued to deteriorate, and eventually in 2008 I got my first cochlear implant. It was a huge help, made a big difference. I could hear, I could converse, I could do a lot of things that I hadn't been able to do. I could hear my clickers on my car. Which I hadn't been able, my direction signal. My kids would have to tell me, "Dad, that direction signal's clicking," and so now I can hear the direction signals. Well, anyway, that's a funny story. But then the left ear was hooked up in 2008, and the right ear continued to deteriorate, and so then just this year, at the beginning of this year, I had the procedure for the other side done, and that was just 6 months ago. So I'm still acclimating to it. My progression. I'm still progressing. I'm still learning how to deal with it. But it's been a huge. Improvement. And certainly, if I had to do it again, I know what I know now. I would do it again. Okay, I first came into Dr. Patni because I researched online the people who did the implants, and there are a few in different parts of town, and there are a few outside of town. I also always check out doctors by going online and researching where they've been from, what their qualifications were, where they did their internship, and so on. So I always find out, well, Dr. Patni is an otolaryngologist, and those are the combinations of skills that are best suited to surgery for doing an implant. So he was a logical choice for me. In addition, the office is here in Winter Park, and I live in Winter Park and work in Winter Park, so it was very handy for me. And the procedure is done by him frequently, so it becomes routine, which means fewer chances of anything going wrong, and indeed nothing did go wrong. I was happy with the procedure both times that he did. And then once the procedure was over, and after a little follow-through checkup, I was in effect turned over to the audiologist. And Kelly has done a wonderful job for me, and is encouraging, but also very competent in terms of how she measures and how she tests. So Kelly's been great, and really in doing one of these procedures, one usually sees the MD for just a little while, but you spend a long period of time and an over period of time with the audiologist. So the choice of audiologist is probably equally important, and Kelly's been terrific that way.